What if I told you that there was one question, yes, one question, that completely transformed my life? This question set me free. It is a question that is so magical. It is literally the only question you will ever need to 10x your life. But wait, before I ask you this question, there is a caveat. For this to work its miracle, you have to take it seriously. You have to ask yourself this question and be willing to commit to answering it with complete and total honesty, which includes all the emotions, all the thoughts, all the actions that are going to immediately pop into your head when you ask this question with the utmost seriousness and sincerity. The question is actually very simple. It is, what would you do? Who could you be if you loved yourself wholeheartedly? Okay, so now that the question's out there in the open, I am betting that about half of the people who are watching this video have just rolled their eyes and they're already tuning out if they have not switched the video off already. Stop. Please stop, because if you quit right here, I'm guaranteeing that sadly, you are quitting on yourself. And I'm not saying this to be silly. I'm not saying it in a flippant way. I mean it. You are literally closing the door on who you are meant to be. Please don't. Realize that this one question is the most serious and effective question that you can ask yourself. And if you are one of those people who completely roll their eyes, and I'm sorry to say this, guys, but it is actually a sign that you do not love yourself enough yet to sit with the question and to not only ask the question, but to take it seriously, you're probably like me, because I used to feel the exact same way. In the beginning, when I first started asking myself this question, I thought, oh my God, this is so hokey. This is Pollyanna positive. It is way too touchy-feely to be effective, and it's woo-woo. That's literally, honestly, what I thought. But for whatever reason, the question popped into my head, and then I started to get curious. I started to ask myself and wonder why I was having that reaction. And then I started to imagine if I had taken it seriously and I was able to truly, fully, wholeheartedly love myself, what could I accomplish? What could I do? But let me address your concerns first. If your reaction is, this is silly, this is Pollyanna positive, again, I do not blame you. We are all conditioned to see love as something we should seek outside of ourselves. And let's go through some. Number one, you got love as a commercialized event to be celebrated every single Valentine's Day with chocolates and flowers and candies and all that. Then you've got number two, love, where we are conditioned to seek it outside of ourselves when we feel the strong societal urge to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend or marry a husband or wife. Three, you've got love, where it's about friendship and finding a crew of like-minded people with whom we can connect and laugh and have fun in the good times and support each other through the rough times, through our disappointments and hardships in our lives. But now let's be honest. We rarely make it a deliberate practice to take the time to truly love ourselves. Let's just think about it. How often do we tell ourselves, I love you? We tell our families and friends we love them each and every day. But how often do you tell yourself, I love you? When was the last time that you might have said it? Maybe it was when you were a little kid. Maybe it was never. When was the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, oh, I love myself? When was the last time you used your name and addressed yourself by name? When was the last time I said, I love you, Marissa? I bet that it has actually been a very long time, and maybe never. What happens when you deny yourself that love? What happens is we long to hear other people say that they love us. We fill our time pursuing everything imaginable to obtain external validation, from our job to pursuing and strengthening our talents and skills. That's on the healthy end of the spectrum, right? Or we go south and we pursue unhealthy external validation. Maybe we become codependent. Maybe we have boundaries, but they're too weak. So if somebody shows even just a touch of disappointment in us or any type of hardship, and oh my God, we eviscerate our boundaries. We date the absolute worst people for us. We repeat unhealthy behaviors. Maybe we restrict our food choices, or we overindulge to pad our bodies with some extra pounds, like padded armor to protect our physical form from harm. Or we engage in self-harming behaviors, from the slow dream-killing procrastination that we are all too familiar with, to, on the worst end of the spectrum, drug and alcohol abuse that some people unfortunately fall into. No matter the situation, this one question holds the promise, the opportunity to cure all of our pain and suffering. Now, I do not say that flippantly. I say it with the utmost seriousness. I want you to truly take the time to let it sink in. What would you mean if you completely and wholeheartedly loved yourself? If we love ourselves wholeheartedly, no one could harm us. And I include you and I in that. We would not allow even ourselves to hurt us. We would not allow others to hurt us. That goal you've been dying to achieve, you would not procrastinate on it. You would not tell yourself, it's okay, not today. You would not say, just do it later. You would know that if you postpone your goals in favor of convenience now and being avoidant now, none of that would happen if you truly loved yourself, because you would honor yourself. You would honor your goals and your commitments to yourself. You would most certainly not allow someone else's opinion to sway you. You would have a sense of inner strength and calm and confidence to know that whatever path you have chosen, it is meant for you. Because you would take the time to not only ask yourself this question, but also listen to your answer and know deep within the core of your being that you are worthy of the time it takes to do this. You are worthy of the answer, whatever your answer might be. So long as you are not hurting someone else or harming anyone else, you are worthy. You have the right to honor your answer. It is worth it. It is worth it to go inward and give yourself a completely honest answer. And the more times you repeat the practice of asking the question and actually listening to your answer, the more natural it will feel to love yourself. And the braver you will be to honor your answer, to honor your truest, most authentic self. But if you need some more motivation to make this questioning and answering an active daily practice, all you have to do is close your eyes and allow your mind to wander, okay? Meditate on the question. Be in no hurry to give an answer. And definitely do not give a sanitized answer based on what you think the answer should be, because that is perfectionism. We are going to kick the perfectionism to the curb, and we are going to allow our mind and heart to answer in as honest a way as possible. It does not matter if you are motivated by an external factor. Like, let's say you want to lose 50 pounds, and frankly, you want to look hot naked. That is a perfectly legitimate answer. It comes from you, it's honest, and it's true. The point is, you are not going to censor your answer. And you are most definitely not going to listen to your inner critic when it starts rearing its ugly head and saying, oh, you can't answer this, or, oh, no, that's not a right response. Tell it to shut up, and you're going to answer without any self-deprivation, absolutely no embarrassment, and no self-recrimination. It's just not allowed in this practice. This is how we get to our heart's truest desire. And we need to love ourselves more to achieve that. By doing this practice, you will strengthen your resolve and build your self-confidence to make your inner voice the most important opinion in your life. Now, this is not to say that you don't listen to other people's opinions. If you value someone else's opinion and they want what's best for you, feel free to listen to their opinion. But still, you must listen and trust yourself more, because this is your life, and you must be the most important person in your life. And I say this with so much love and respect in my heart for all of my family and friends and colleagues who want what's best for me. But let's face it, no matter how much you love these people, no matter how much they care for you, are they going to live your life? No. And are they in your head in those private moments, in your private thoughts, when your inner critic is coming at you full force? Are they able to come and save you? No. Their love is awesome and phenomenal, but can they save you from the part of yourself that hurts you? Everyone has it. What I am suggesting to you right now is that you need to strengthen your love for yourself to combat that when no one else is around. Because no matter how much you cherish anyone, we are all human. Relationships come and go, and people are going to pass away. The only person you have for the rest of your life that you can definitely be sure is going to be there with you all the time is you. And I mean this so much that I tell my young children that I love them more than life itself. There is just no bound to how much I love them. My love knows no bounds, but I need them to love themselves because they are always going to be there for themselves. And you must be the single person who will always give yourself the love that you seek. So do this practice and really feel what it would feel like to give yourself that love. And really sense the freedom you would feel if you knew you would never have to depend on any other person, thing, accomplishment, money to make you feel whole. Just imagine that with your full imagination. Truly ask yourself, what would you do? What kind of actions would you be capable of taking? And I promise you, the more you practice this, you will build so much excitement and enthusiasm to not only know and be confident you can take these actions, but you're going to be rushing and running to take these actions because you will be so confident in the love you have for yourself. Any and all fear of being embarrassed or judged, it's just going to disappear. Failure, making mistakes, they will be just that. Simple mistakes, little speed bumps on the road that you are traveling on to achieve your greatest dream, no matter how you choose to define that dream. And if this did not work for me, I would not do it nonstop. I have tried many different methodologies and many of them work excellently, but this is the one question, the one practice that I feel it's just so much better than all the rest. All the rest, they work, but this one boils it down. The love that you have for yourself will propel you to greatness in all the spheres of your life. Now for a little bit and how I have put this questioning and answering into practice. So I am an attorney, but from a very young age, I have always known that I want to do creative work. And I decided to go on this attorney to creative journey, as I like to call it. When I started to ask myself this one question. And as a result, I have overcome so many limiting beliefs. From the get-go, though, when I started sharing with people that I was going to do this, oh my gosh, I was told implicitly and explicitly, do not do this. Do not pursue creative work because in their caring for me and worrying about me, they thought I could not be considered a serious attorney practicing law if I pursued creative work. But listening to them, aka wanting their approval and love, it set me on the wrong path. I had immense stress and migraines and depression because I knew that I loved to do creative writing, nonfiction as well as fiction. I knew I loved to sing, I loved to play piano, I loved to dance, I loved to do creative artwork. And I knew deep down in my soul that by denying myself of these things for years, one day I realized, oh my gosh, I have fractured my very self. My capital S self. I have fractured it. I may love being an attorney, but denying this massive part of who I was and suppressing it was literally killing me from the inside out. So what did I do? At the start of 2024, I vowed I am going to go on this attorney to creative journey. And I started to publish. I make weekly posts with my free Substack newsletter. You can sign up for free. Every week, I publish a post based on the research on the power of neuroplasticity and how we can rewire our brains with meditation and positive self-talk. I also post a daily mindset and meditation note. This is a way for me to entrain my brain at the same time that I am practicing my artwork through calligraphy. I write a handwritten M&M, as I like to call it, mindset and meditation, to entrain my brain, to continue the practice and to develop unstoppable self-belief. And if you subscribe to my newsletter, you will automatically be subscribed to receive the M&Ms as well. I am also publishing my 4-book science fiction series about the discovery of a new species that can siphon energy from others, and new chapters are released every single Saturday on my Substack as well. Lastly, I'm here on YouTube, and I'm devoting myself with renewed vigor to publishing YouTube videos like this one. So absolutely none of these things would be possible if I had not asked myself this one question. What would you do? Who could you be if you loved yourself wholeheartedly? I needed to ask myself this question to drown out other people's opinions, to discover my own answer, to be brave, to have the courage to let go of societal or familial or professional expectations, to let go of my fear, to be willing to put myself out there like I am right now, to be brave enough to be honest with myself, to pursue my dreams, to take the actions that I have needed to take to get me to this point. And I promise I'm going to continue on this journey precisely because I continue to ask myself this question and to answer it honestly and to honor my answer no matter what anyone else says. This is what gives me the strength to know I can be my own best friend, and I truly believe that is the way it should be for absolutely everyone. Because when we love ourselves and we fulfill ourselves, we are nourished so much that we have more to give to others. And we are so much happier and fulfilled. We want what's best for others too. I think in so many ways, the world would be a much happier and safer place if all of us honored ourselves, if we all found a way to love ourselves more. Because the more you love yourself, the less people would want to hurt or harm others. And that is why I'm being brave today. Brave enough to put aside my shyness, to ask you, to invite you to join me and ask yourself this question, because I guarantee there is wisdom in you, and you will be able to give yourself the answers that you seek, that I believe will guarantee you a life filled with love, happiness, and success. So let's ask the question one last time. What would you do? Who could you be if you loved yourself wholeheartedly? Please go and meditate on this message. And remember, you matter. You are worthy of greatness. And when you honor your chosen path and purpose in life, and you truly love yourself, vida est pro victus. Life is worth living. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out my other videos, and please consider sharing this message of hope with someone that you love and care about. The self-love in me honors and respects the self-love in each of you. And we can all be stronger together.